It's like we have our own buffet, but the buffet is limited strictly to Italian food. We got, what is that, lasagna and fettuccine alfredo?
It is indeed.
And garlic bread. Hello and welcome to Friday, January 20th, a very important day in our nation's history because everyone's going to remember this day forever as the day we introduced Movie Club. Movie Club is starting today. We decided that we all wanted to watch films, and I've been wanting to watch films for a long time. I don't do a very good job of watching them, but now that Dan and Lindsay live here, they're going to try and keep us straight in watching... Sane. There's a better word. Keep us watching films. So the way we've done this, we formulated this... They're going to keep us straight. We've decided that we were going to do this thing that we're calling Movie Club, unless we can come up with a better name for it. And what we did is we each made a list of movies that we want to see. We're able to freely edit that at any time. We can adjust each of our lists however we want to do it. And then we randomly chose someone to be the first person, the first recipient of movie night. So we did a random number generator for 1 through 4. We chose Lindsay. Lindsay's number came up. And then all of her films are on a list, and they're numbered. So then we ran all those through a number generator, and then we found the first movie that we're going to watch. So everything was random. The first movie is Spy, which is a 2015 comedy, comedy with Melissa McCarthy. That's our first film. And then we're going to watch a second film tonight. So that person's list was, it was Dan's. And the movie that came up was The Book of Eli. So...
Denzel Washington. I think it came out 2010.
So that's the idea. Now, I don't know how often these are going to happen. The ultimate goal would be to do them every week, but Mal and I are still busy, so they'll probably be like twice a month at the beginning. But that's what we're doing tonight. So we're having food, getting ready to watch Spy, and then we'll do kind of like a group review of like what we thought. And then when movie night is over, when we're done watching the films, we'll actually do our random number generator thing for the next films that we're going to watch, which, because Mal and I are the only people left, is going to come from our list. So it's going to be fun. I'm excited to watch movies because that was my 2014, I think, New Year's resolution was to watch more movies, and I've done pretty terrible at it. Now, a resolution I didn't make was watch more Seinfeld, and that's the resolution I should have made because I'm doing really good at that.
What is the deal with New Year's resolutions?
We did it. It's over. We did the film. What'd you think?
I thought it was really good.
I really liked it. There was a lot of girl power.
Yeah.
And not cheesy either. It was like...
And the humor was really good.
Yeah.
Was this the first time everyone has seen this film?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, I've never seen it either. It was good. I liked it. I really didn't know what to expect. I was telling Lindsay, whenever I saw it on her list, when I saw Spy, I actually thought it was Harriet the Spy, which is like a mid-90s Nickelodeon film. Have you heard of Harriet the Spy? It's old.
Yeah, who was in it? It
kind of sounds familiar.
Rosie O'Donnell.
Rosie O'Donnell was in it.
And then, no, the kid was
and she,
Michelle Trachtenberg.
Yes.
I don't know.
Yes.
And I remember she's in like a yellow raincoat. Anyway, that wasn't this film. This film was really good. I didn't really know what to expect, and honestly, I was like, I don't know. It's probably just going to be a lot of like dumb, like we're parodying 007.
Yeah, like James Bond. Yeah.
And it actually wasn't. It was extremely smart, extremely like the whole way through, and it kept getting better. And then it got to a point where I was like, wow, this is actually really, really good. And it kept doing like
and then
twists
it
and turns.
would flip and continue to be good.
Yeah.
You're like, I think I know where this is going, and then it would flip and you'd be like, oh my god.
Yeah, there were a couple of surprise twists that I was thoroughly pleased with.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Whenever she went like crazy and like, it just like, it's just fantastic.
Yeah, I enjoyed that. That was a good choice.
Thank you.
That was the first film.
Yay!
That was good. We had to watch the unrated version because for whatever reason on the Apple TV you couldn't rent the normal version, which I don't like watching extended cuts. I might be alone in that. That's actually I don't like doing that because I feel like they ruin the pacing of films. And there was a few times in there where I was like, this scene is going on a long time. And then also the penis scene.
Yeah,
Yeah,
there
there was a lot.
like 100% more penis. Than probably the theatrical.
There was a lot of, but there's a few times where it was like there was one movie. The one movie that always comes to mind when I think of like unrated extended cuts ruining films is Bridesmaids, because I felt like Bridesmaids. There's one scene on an airplane where it's like 20 minutes, and I'm like, what's happening? This film actually did pretty good about it, but also like the type of humor that it had was really good, and it lended itself well to extending some of the scenes. It was shot well.
And I think that it mirrored like female-centric humor really well compared to traditional male-centric humor, like with genitals especially. Like it was, I don't know, I feel like there are so many films where there are boobs, and then this one they were like, no boobs, only penis.
Yeah, I know what you're saying, and it did feel like an appropriate flip for like 007. And it wasn't just a parody, like it was really, really good. But they did all the parody aspects really well too.
Yeah.
That was good. I'm happy. That was very good. I can't put it's copyrighted.
Yeah.
All right. Next we are watching The Book of Eli. That's Dan's film.
Denzel Washington. Post-apocalyptic.
Yeah, post-apocalyptic.
Apocalyptic.
A+. I really liked it.
It was good. Reminded me of Fallout.
And the three of us have not seen it before.
Yeah.
Dan, I'm presuming that since it's your film, you've seen it before.
Yeah.
And you own it.
I've had it forever. I've never seen it. I have so many opinions about this film. It is ridiculous. Like,
Yeah.
oh my god. Okay, so I'm going to try and make this as short as possible. Okay, so it's a very interesting film.
Yeah.
The plot is a cross between intriguing and like ridiculous. Like Da Vinci Code levels of wackiness.
It is set in the post-apocalypse, though, so I mean that there, you know, it's gonna be some crazy stuff.
Yeah, it's like post-war, like atomic bombs caused huge suns.
The universe building that they did at the beginning, I really liked, because they talked about how this was not like a long time ago. It was long enough that there was a new generation of people being born that had no idea, and then anytime there was someone who was particularly old enough to experience, you know, the nuclear fallout, everyone like really revered them, but also it was weird that they were alive.
Yeah.
So that was really cool. So I liked that. I liked the film. I definitely liked the film. It was just like the plot at times was like really good, and at times it was like, what's happening? And I felt like there's a few areas where like the acting was like, I didn't really like Mila Kunis.
Yeah,
Denzel was great.
Yeah, he was.
Denzel was awesome. Mila Kunis was like, and then some of the other supporting characters I was like, but like overall I really liked it. The music was good. The color was good.
Yeah.
It was, and I feel like
I thought that like maybe like the color would go to full, like after a certain point, but like it kind of stayed within that kind of like.
It is an apocalypse film, so like I feel like I'm drawn more to that just because I'm a fan of that genre. I mean, I've played a lot of Fallout, and you're actually wearing a Fallout shirt.
Oh yeah.
So
yeah, that's why I wore it.
Oh really?
Post-apocalyptic.
So I really like that. There's some really interesting camera work, especially near like the latter half of the film where they're in the house.
Oh yeah,
they're like
I love
shooting.
the shots.
There's
where,
like dolly shots that are outside, and then it moves inside through
insides. Yeah,
like that was cool. And then
There was a shot that made me sick.
Probably that.
No. It was on the road where it was panning.
It was the wrong way.
It was panning up, but it was panning left on the.
Yeah.
Oh, it was like the 90-degree angle shot that was earlier in the film.
Sick.
Yeah. I don't know. I liked it. I definitely liked it. I wasn't real thrilled with the massive amounts of very blatant product placement there was.
Oh yeah, like
that was weird.
Like the Bush.
Yeah.
Bush.
Yeah, like everything
truck.
everything is gray and brown, but the Bush logo is blue, and it's like Bush. Yeah. So that was a little weird, but like.
Yeah, and like KFC on like the
Yeah.
The sanitizer wipes.
Yeah, and like I don't know, I can forgive a few things, but when you keep showing
the city
shots of
of-
like J. Crew and Puma,
Yeah.
it was like, I don't know, it feels like that kind of weakened it a little bit for me.
Yeah.
But I don't know, I like the film.
I
And
think
thought-
overall,
I
it's a really creative statement about religion, where like
It's
there are people who use it for different things.
yeah,
If
there's
you use it for good things.
yeah, that's not to be too spoilery. This is a religious film. It's a film about like
The name of the movie is like that's how
it's not-
Bible
it's
books are named.
it's a film about
Religion, but it's not-
preserving knowledge.
Yeah, but it's also not about like Christianity. Like it's not a Christian movie.
No,
It's like
it's not a religious film. It just
Yeah.
it has religious subject matter, which caught me off. Like I could tell at the beginning, like the direction they were going with it, but there was also so many twists and turns along the way that I was like very caught off guard and also very interested. I don't want to give ratings to anything, at least not here. I'll do it later on Letterboxd. I don't feel like the film was objectively as good as Spy, even though it's kind of hard to put up comedy versus
yeah. Yeah, I mean
Thriller
it's very
action.
different. Like we went from like comedy, and it was like great and hilarious. To,
But
like,
we obviously
like,
have
dark.
a lot more to
Like-
say
It
about
was
the Book of
really-
Eli.
Spy was really superficial, just like blatant comedy that you didn't really have to read into very much.
Yeah.
Whereas this one, it was like if you have any education with the Bible, some of it makes sense.
Also, along that lines, especially when the film started, I thought this was just going to be a straight film that was Invincible Badass, and it is that, and that is his genre. I think the film that probably does it best is Die Hard, and I feel like that character is probably more interesting, but like, kind of different because he's like the cocky guy.
Yeah.
What's his?
John McClane.
Yeah, John McClane. He's like he's like the cocky guy, and obviously Eli is, you know, the silent protagonist. I don't want any trouble. So like it's a different thing, but that's similar in the fact that it's like, you know, you have this invincible guy who's just going through and doing all this stuff. I thought that's the route that the film was taking, and I had prepared myself at the beginning for that. I was like, okay, so this is going to be that. The plot's going to be kind of weird. There's not going to be a beginning or an end. It's just going to be a lot of middle, and this guy's just going to kill a lot of people.
Yeah.
And then it started to slowly veer off. But I liked it. I just keep coming back to that. But I liked it.
But I liked it.
Good job, Dan.
Thanks.
Thank you for putting this on your list. I'm glad that I saw this film.
Thanks. I appreciate that.
I'm glad that I saw it. Now, before we end Movie Club, we have to
Roll the dice.
roll the dice. We have to figure out what we're watching next. And I go first. How many films do I have?
14.
So, Mal, the first film we are watching is number 11.
Groundhog Day.
Really?
Yes.
All right. Okay, I just kind of threw that on there because I was like, oh, I haven't seen that before. There's a lot of heavy
seen it
movies.
before?
No.
Oh man. Oh,
I
you're
haven't
for
either. I just know that it's something else.
sure. It's probably his best film.
Really?
That is a
Yeah.
lie.
Wait, why did you put?
I have so many like heavy films on my list. I'm excited, but instead we got Groundhog Day. But that's fine. All right, Mal, how many?
I have 23.
The second film we'll be watching after Groundhog Day is film 23.
Squirm. I don't know why, but okay.
What is it?
Worm?
Mystery Science Theater movie.
Oh, so it's going to be comedy night.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Cool. Well, so next time we do this, maybe next week, if we're ahead on stuff to do it, we'll be watching Groundhog Day and Squirm?
The MST3K version.
Mystery Science Theater 3000 Squirm.
Yes.
Okay. This was fun. I'm glad that we actually did this. So we'll do it again. And we'll watch more films and then talk about them.
Yay.
And you can like talk about the films too, especially like, I mean, there's stuff to be said about Spy also. It was just, I think it's easier to process than something that's a little heavier and a little more dramatic, like Book of Eli. So you can certainly talk about it. If you're going to spoil anything, just do the typical YouTube thing where you write like spoilers for Book of Eli and then hit return a few times. I think that's acceptable. So
Highly encouraged.
Yeah.
Don't ruin it for other people.
Yeah. And also, if you haven't seen these films, be careful when you go down in the comments. Tread carefully. It's a minefield down there. Anyway, that's it for today. Thanks for watching, and let's meet back tomorrow.
Shall we? Sorry.
I was counting like 1 Mississippi, 2 Mississippi.
I didn't know that was the expectation. I'm Midwest nice and I'll jump in.
It's a